What are the chances that we don't actually come across Guerrilla Warrior, but we find his grave?
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we are here with episode 17 of Frieren. Why don't you go ahead and give us a recap of what happened last time?
Absolutely. Last time we continued our traveling. We made it to a small village where we were looking for some clues towards Cyan's missing friend, who we got an actual name, which is Guerrilla Warrior. Uh, Not birth name. It was chosen upon seeing a statue or a series of statues that looked suspiciously like Cyan and Guerrilla Warrior.
No?
They looked pretty similar to the older versions.
One of them, it was an elf. Neither of those two people are elves. Also, they don't dress like either of them at all. What's his name? Guerrilla Warrior does not look like Culk at all.
So the original statue, like series of statues, didn't have an elf.
No, it did. The one that they saw also had the elf.
The one that the kids saw did not. The ones that were
I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure it was the same statue that was in the canyon.
No, because it wasn't, because it was a human priest with a goatee. That's why he got the name Goatee Priest.
I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying that my memory has something else in it.
That's fine.
I mean, you also skipped over the very first half of the episode.
What? Oh, yeah, I did.
There's two different villages, right? So you said we went to a village where we were trying to find clues about Guerrilla Warrior. I'm like,
hold on, let's roll it back then.
Did they? And then you're like, didn't include Vol at all. And I was like, oh, you're talking about the second half.
100%. So we started off with Frieren going to see an old friend who was a dwarf about 100 years past the average lifespan of dwarfs. Seemed like he was going senile at first when he tripped and with a single shin strike took away Stark's ability to walk. So they stayed there for some time so Stark could train and Frieren could get some downtime to relax. They helped out that village with some more medial things. That is where the starting to ask if they had seen Guerrilla Warrior happened. Connected. Segue.
Well, so that's why I couldn't remember if they even asked anybody in that village about Guerrilla Warrior. Because I think we started talking about him at the second half of the episode. Because, I mean, this was the more poignant, I can't remember my wife part of the story.
So we left, we got the I can't remember my wife, but then we also got the I had a dream of my wife as they were leaving. Because the memories got stirred up because of the conversation with Frieren. And that's when they started asking about Guerrilla Warrior. Then insert what I said before. Through connecting to an old stubborn woman, they did a whole bunch of jobs for her, which eventually led to them polishing a statue of Craft and Guerrilla Warrior. So they know they're on the right and going the right way, and we also know where the next clues about Guerrilla Warrior should be.
Sorry, a little bit of chuckle there, because we know that they're literally not going the right way.
So they said it's out of the way, but it's not that far.
Well, no, it's that they were going, like, towards Albrest, like this kind of path, and the way the Guerrilla Warrior we find out was going is this way, and then whoo over here. You know, Albrest. That's what I said during the episode that they said it's like in the other direction or something. It's like, no, not really. It's around Albrest. Instead of going to Albrest, they're going around Albrest. I don't know. I'm not saying it right because we already had that commenter tell us that it's in a s sound, and that's not what I'm doing.
But indeed, we're at least in the right region to get where everyone wants to go.
Oh, the broad spectrum. In the right region. We're in the northern lands. Everything is in the northern lands.
Hey, you know what? But if we weren't in the northern lands, we wouldn't be in the right region.
I believe the village that they came from, Sign and Guerrilla Warrior, was also in the northern lands, because we'd already passed through the gate area with the guy who remembered her.
Yep.
So we were in the right region from the moment we met Sign to begin with.
But now we are in the more correct area of the right region.
I guess my only remaining thought is that I think I would have been happier if Vol didn't have the dream.
I
There was an element that I was building to when we were watching it specifically, where he's like, I don't remember anything about why I'm doing this anymore. Where I was saying that it was important once should be all that is needed, right? That you were dedicated to this before, and even if you don't remember the reasons why, all you have to do is remember that you were.
So I remember that discussion.
It's you haven't seen this, and we will eventually watch it because it's in the things that we promised people that we would watch. The channel again, Royal We, not you didn't promise a damn thing. So
collectively,
the Gurren Lagann, the concept of you don't have to believe in you, believe in the me that believes in you. You don't have to remember why you're doing this. Just remember that you wanted to do this.
Okay.
So you were trying to think of something while I was going off on this tangent.
No, you're good. You're good. I like the concept. I think I would have been the only addendum I would have made would be I would have had the dream happen earlier. And it would have ended on the peaceful passing away of this dwarf, because they talked about how he's 100 years older than than most dwarves and all that. I would have given him a last moment of like, oh, my wife, reminder, and then the passing away.
I mean, I could
That's
see
all I would
that.
have done.
I could see that. Has the dream, dies in his sleep, and they discover it as they're leaving the town. I mean, that's kind of what I was saying in the beginning, where, oh, she's way too happy. Because she's been smiling and talking more than she has been the entire show so far. At the same time, I don't think I would have been happy with it. Because that's...
So,
I was in fear of having to go through more loss the moment we saw this.
Because it could have also been a case where Frieren's response was sadness, but not like a destructive, like a happy that she got to see it and be there and give him one like great moment.
Well, that's what she said. The point was see him talk to him one last time before he dies. Which then at the very end,
solidified it.
At the very end of the episode, he goes, "Well, you said that 80 years ago," implying that one, he remembers that, but also two, that's the reason she visited last time.
Yep.
And
just she's staying on top of it.
I guess one other thing about when I said I would be happier if he didn't remember. I do watch a number of videos about Alzheimer's patients, where the whole point of the video is that Alzheimer's can be fought with love. And it's usually something like a daughter visiting a mother who has Alzheimer's, and they're like, I don't have a daughter, because they think of themselves as when they were young, so they don't remember all the history that they've had. And, you know, she's giving them like a birthday present and everything. And the birthday present is like a picture of her as a child with her mother. And, you know, you see the fog lift ever so slowly as they pick back up together their lives. Like, what is this? I don't know you. That sort of thing. And that's me. Wait, I had a daughter. You know, that whole thing. And then they slowly remember their lives. And it's a whole breakdown thing. So, yeah, I understand the whole Frieren talking to him and him slowly remembering, and maybe he is senile. Maybe we're seeing what is dwarven Alzheimer's, and talking to Frieren kind of gave him that lift, and like I said, you fight Alzheimer's with love, apparently. But I just think narratively I would have been more satisfied with just a resolution to believe in the person that I once was, regardless of the person I might be right now.
I see it.
Well, any other thoughts before we get into this episode?
No, that's it.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and get into it then. But before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
俺の旅の目的はこっちだ。10年前に旅に出た親友と合流することだ。
Was it the first time we get a recap at the beginning of the episode?
Yeah.
テューは北側諸国中部の交易都市だ。
Funny that its trading city is indicated by a castle.
It could be like a trade capital.
Well, Albrest is the capital.
Oh no, so I know Albrest is the capital. I mean like the trade capital.
俺はゴリラを追いかけるために旅に出た。
知ってるよ。とりあえず日も暮れそうですし、結論は明日でもいいんじゃないですか。
集落の小屋貸してもらったぜ。自由に使っていいってよ。
ありがとう。
Oh, new opening.
Yeah.
What clues can we pick out from the new opening? Other than new song as well. Butterflies. No new characters in the party, apparently.
Okay.
Also kind of funny we went on about, oh, there's a bunch of new people. Kind of funny that we went on last time about the people in the opening maybe not being seen again. And now new opening. Okay, old man holding a thing. Two elves standing side by side.
Yep. There's also all the silhouettes.
Orange-haired girl's new.
Yep.
That the sign, I think.
This
is just a bunch of new people.
Yeah. We also saw.
Are we gonna?
That before was sitting on the throne.
The Demon King. We kept thinking. Are we gonna? Is our party gonna diverge off to tour, and we're gonna join another party?
It's possible.
I don't know. We're still main characters right there.
Yeah. Also, the title of the episode does kind of imply that that Sign might book it.
Like, I don't think so. I mean, I get what you're saying, but he's with the party in the opening.
True.
薪取ってきたぞ。
晩ご飯の食材買ってきました。手が地べたい。もうだいぶ寒くなってきたからね。
This is just like the cabin where they met Kraft.
これは新記録
Yeah.
かも。
どれどれ。
Yep.
本当だ。超冷てえ。
でしょ。
Like, cup them together and breathe on them? No, sorry.
新記録でしょ。
冷たい。
まったく。
雪ですね。また冬越えが必要になるのでしょうか。今回は険しい山脈を越えるわけじゃないからね。
I don't know, it kind of looked like it were on the map.
Yeah.
なりましたね。
なったな。
なった。
この地方の寒波は一月は続く。
遠出はせん方がいいぞ。小屋はしばらく使ってもらって構わんから。
どうするザイン。
What do you mean for a while?
それ聞く
Who's gonna use it if we weren't here?
寒波が去るまで動けないか。
Exactly.
そういうことだ。
でもまあ酒場も雑貨屋もあるし小屋も広い。この前の山小屋と比べたらだいぶ増したね。何よりこの集落には怪しい老人がやっている魔法店があるんだよね。
The best kind of magic dealer, I guess.
ああいう場所には伝説級の魔法がある。
He was in the
そ
opening.
こをゆっくり漁れるの
No, I think it was a different guy. Unless it was flashed so fast I'd missed this guy.
今までにどんな魔法があったんだ？
It was a quick flash, but it like showed him looking like he was like flying or something very briefly.
すごい。確かにあれは世界が一変するほど便利でした。
おばあちゃんの知恵袋かな。
とにかく今は待つしかないよ。北側諸国の冬は舐めていると死ぬからね。
Yeah, the old men that I saw in the opening weren't so comically old man as that guy was.
俺は北側諸国の人間だぜ。
Mm-hmm.
そのくらい分かっている。しかし、もうしばらくは一緒にいることになりそうだな。
I stupidly thought that we were gonna get the ploy of them getting tired of hanging around each other in such close proximity all the time by being stuck in a building together, and I was like, that's a dumb thought. That's literally we're on a journey together for like so many years. Though to be fair, you do get tired of people quicker on a road trip.
俺らほとんど一緒にいなくね。
ザイン。
That might be the case, but it's
どうしたんだ？
it's also like they've probably already hit that point
なん
for
だか
most
シュ
of
タル
them.
クとフェルンの様子が変なんだよ。多分喧嘩してる。仲裁してよ。
それは構わないが、なんで俺に頼むんだ？
仲裁は僧侶の仕事なんだよ。
そうなの？ひどい状況だな。おい、一体何があった？
シュタルク様が悪いんです。
はい、俺が全部悪いんです。
話にならないな。一人ずつ隣の部屋に行きなさい。
Oh, I thought it was a setup.
I thought it could possibly be a setup as
で、何があったんだ？
この小屋に来たばかりの頃、フェルンが俺のほっぺに冷たい手を当てたじゃん。
おお、あったな。
今日それをやり返したら、フェルンが切れちゃった。
ガキかよ。はあ、女の子が顔ペタペタ触られていい気がするはずねえだろう。このままでいいと思うか？
仲直りしたいです。
How many times has this happened?
お前は俺と違って
Where we have to ask Stark, are you gonna leave things the way they are? I'd like to make up with her.
したいのならちゃんと相手にそう話すんだ。
yeah. You'll
フ
get
リーレ
there.
ンは喧嘩の仲裁なんかしてくれないぞ。
ああ、わかってる。フェルンに謝るよ。
How did you acknowledge that it was your fault, but you didn't apologize?
悪気があったわけじゃない。
Yeah, that's a weird one, but I could see it being a
それ以上に
thing.
なってしまったので謝りたいです。元はといえば私のせいですし、触られたことは気にしてはいません。ただ肩を押さえた腕の力が強くて、
Oh, intimidation?
ちょっとだけ怖いと思って
いや
しまったんです。
シュタルクのことを嫌いか？
なんでそんなこと聞くんですか？そう見えますか？
じゃあ怖かったことをちゃんと話して仲直りだ。
もっと優しくして。
ごめんよ。
Yeah, if this was a more comedic.
もう付き合っちゃえよ。
Yeah. Say if this was a more comedic anime, Stark would have put his hand on her shoulder and we heard a cracking
ありが
noise.
とうね。助かったよ。
フリーレン、お前ぐらいだよ。俺のことをガキみたいに褒めるのは。
実際にガキでしょ。
まあ悪い気分はしない。
Yeah, I guess to me, you're like a
気に
one-year-old.
なっていたんだが、
Mm-hmm.
旅に誘ってくれた時もそうだが、なんで俺なんかにこんなに構ってくれるんだ。
やっぱり同族嫌悪かな。冒険に出ようとしないザイン。
No, that was the name of a different episode.
100%
よく似ていて頭にきた。
それは構う理由にはならねえだろう。
だから
She saw that you needed to get out of
きっかけ
there.
を与えたかったんだろうね。
なんだそりゃ。
勇者ヒンメルならそうしたってことだよ。
手を取れ、フリーレン。君が旅立つきっかけはこの僕だ。
See, she is actively maturing as it goes along, and she's becoming more of the mother of the
私は
group.
ヒンメルたちに旅立つ勇気と仲間と過ごす楽しさを教えてもらった。
That was over 100 years ago.
どうザイン、楽しかったでしょ。
Mm-hmm. She lives longer. It takes her time.
とても楽しかったよ。
Be a hell of a thing. Over 1,000 years, you just become known as the elf that randomly takes 3 strangers and takes them on journeys every 10 years.
私は今の話をしているんだよ。ザイン。
Oh, gotta go take out the Demon King. Let's go, guys.
ゴリラはあんたのことよく話してたよ。一緒にずっと歴史に名を残すような英雄になるってね。
What are the chances that we don't actually come across Guerrilla Warrior, but we find his grave?
I don't know, without any facts, 50-50.
やっぱり俺はゴリラを追いかけるよ。もう後悔するつもりはないんだ。
分かっているよ。
じゃあ元気で。
またね。
Huh.
またね。
Just walking off with no belongings.
I thought it was a given that they would go with him.
ずいぶんあっさりと別れるじゃねえか。
ザインは2人と違って大人だからね。きっとうまくやるよ。
Also, I say goodbye to people 100 years at a time. Yeah, 'cause I mean, this is reading like these were some of the best years of my life, sort of
こ
thing.
んなに静かなんだな。
It's true.
I guess such is the dedication of finding his friend versus traveling with the friends that you've made.
I-
珍しいな。
They did show.
I legit
realistic
thought she
things
was
we
naked
find.
for a second.
最近歩き詰めだったし、疲れているのかもな。
Day is freezing, my dude.
まあいいか。おーい、朝飯できたぜ。そろそろ起きろ。フェルン
I think it's another. Oh, nope, sick. We're just sick.
おい、フリーレン、起きてくれ。
I thought it might have been another magic curse thing.
こんにち。
そんなに眠っちゃダメでしょうが。それよりフェルンが具合悪そうで。 おい。
やめてよ。ああ、熱があるね。暖かくして寝てなくちゃ。うーんあれ、
Let's see what we have for this.
水持ってきたぜ。
あった。
あ、何それ。
ザインが残してくれた薬草について書かれた手記だよ。
へえ、ザインが。
魔法で病気の判別をすれば対応する薬草がわかる。
でも病気の判別って女神様の魔法だろ。確か聖典の所持者しか使えないって話じゃ。
私だって聖典くらい持ってる
Yeah.
よ。
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me one bit.
あ
Well, I mean, Sign could have left one too.
鍋敷きにされてる。
僧侶の才能がない私でも簡単な病気の
I
判別
guess
くらいはできるよ。
it's just that if you need Holy Scripture, then they just limit the number of Holy Scriptures out there. So the church defines who can be casting holy magic.
この地方だと使える薬草は
Huh?
そういえば
Well, I mean, if that's the only limit to it,
薬草を採取した場所が近くにあったか
then I'd also assume that there's like no printing presses in this world or anything. You're dependent on scribes and
そうだ
such,
ね。
and book binders and whatever.
Bookbinding would be the would be one of the big things, especially depending on the region.
いやー、助かったぜ。こんな山の中に人が住んでいるだなんてな。
前来た時は村だったんだけどね。
もう何十年も前のことよ。勇者様も立ち寄ったことのある由緒ある村だったのだけれどもね。まあ、ゆっくり休んでいくといいわ。
ありがとう。
Guess if there's a whole village here, something must have happened.
つらら桜の木があったよね。
Yeah.
Because otherwise, there would just be abandoned buildings around here.
少し入り
If the
組んだところに
buildings
あ
aren't
るけれ
here
ども
anymore.
大丈夫。前にも来たことがあるから。
じゃあ、私は仕事してるからね。
I wonder if there's any of where the buildings would have been.
薬の材料を取ってくるから。
It's entirely possible, I guess, that they could have broken down the buildings and moved
辛そう
them.
だからね。フェルンは
It just seems like a lot of work.
Very
手
much
を握ってあげ
stressful.
ると安心するんだよ。小さい頃からそうなんだ。どうしたの？
フリーレン様、恥ずかしいです。
なんで？
子供扱いしないでください。
I literally called you children
そっか。
when I indicated Sign was an adult and you weren't.
100%.
あと2年もすれば立派な大人か。ちょっと前までこのくらいの女の子だったんだよ。背も私の方がずっと高かった。あっという間だった。私の中ではね、フェルンはまだ子供なんだよ。多分この先もずっとそうだ。
フリーレン。
It's
さっさと薬の材料を集めないと
long-lived
ね。
I don't know. Could just be like a
あ、
pseudo parent thing.
well, that definitely has an impact for sure. But there, for sure, part of it has to be the fact that she is an elf who lives so long, and a human lifespan to her is not that much.
I don't think so, because he said Sign is an adult.
ってのが薬の最後の材料か。
使うのは
Okay.
She's no sign for less than she's known them.
I'm talking about lifespan in general,
Right.
not theirs.
No, I'm just saying that she's known Sign for less than them, and she considers Sign an adult anyway.
フェルンにも見せてあげた。
In the human lifespan, they'd still be all children, no matter what, to an elf.
花は有毒だから気をつけてね。
なあ、なんでフェルンの手を握ったんだ？
I mean, living 100 years as a human has to be like growing up to 10 as an elf.
フェルンが辛そうだったから手を握っただけ。
It's definitely true. It feels, and like even if we're pushing it, it feels like that's the start of like that teenage rebellious phase, if they even have that.
You think 10 is the start of a teenage rebellious phase?
No. I'm saying like even if we're saying like the elves aren't as long lived as a lot of other sources, the most we probably hit is that like 13, 14 point equivalent.
何のつもり？うなされていたから。風邪の時は心細いからね。幼い頃亡くなった母はこうしてよく手を握ってくれた。不思議と落ち着くんだ。
子供の頃の話でしょ。
心の支えが必要なのは子供だけじゃない。悪い気分ではない。
Ah, Himmel, you were such a good guy.
そうだね。
Indeed. Truth.
気遣う僕もなかなかイケメンだろう。
黙ってて。
薬できましたよ。
多分フェルンが恥ずかしがっていたのは俺がいたからだ。甘えている姿なんて人に見られたくなんかないよな。
This could be completely wrong. Is it possible that Frieren is starting to
やりたいようにやってみるよ。
lose the memories of the previous journey, and this is allowing them to come back?
I don't think so. I mean, unless that's what the whole Vol visit was supposed to imply, but Frieren reminded him of stuff, so she was actively talking about stuff that happened before their journey.
That's what I'm thinking.
No, I think she's just... I think every time we see a flashback of her remembering the journey, it's her understanding the people around her that she didn't seem to do at the time, given her breakdown at the funeral about not taking the time to understand them.
That definitely sounds correct. It's something I just wanted to throw to see if it made sense.
フリーレン様、私はもう子供では。
知ってる。知っているよ。
本当にありがとうございました。
だいぶ良くなった。
Nobody really cares about how lonely the old cow lady must get up here by herself.
Yeah.
Turns out she's the Demon King.
You milked my cow wrong, you must die.
New ending. That's a grave. I do like this art style.
Yeah.
Feels very...
Yeah, I agree with that.
Feels very the weird children's books that I used to read when I was a kid. Who was that?
Mm-hmm. I think that might be Frieren.
No. That was different hair, no elf ears. What is going on? Oh, the eye is back. And the butterfly motif thing. From the opening.
Yeah.
At least we kept the song. It's hard to beat this song. The better of the three, I think.
This tree reminds me of the magic tree.
Where her master buried the book.
Forest. Yeah.
Hey, claymation type effect. I like that. I don't know what I'm looking at around her, though.
Are we panning? I hope we are panning out to see it.
Nope.
No.
Maybe we were in a cave. Maybe that's what that was.
Maybe.
Okay, the girl is the butterfly. So whatever the... Was it just her? Was it Fern the whole fucking time?
It could be.
人殺しの目をしているな。一級魔法使い選抜試験を行う。
Well, that's the thing you've been waiting for. But all I caught was, you want to fight, huh? And you get the eyes of a killer.
Well, see, that's how I say hello to people every day. When I see them, I go, "You've got the eyes of a killer."
Well, I'm sure that's what my neighbors will say about me when the eventual documentary happens.
Fair enough.
Oh, he was such a silent guy, but the eyes of a killer.
That was a good episode.
Well, they're all good episodes.
It's true.
There hasn't been a letdown episode yet. I'm disappointed.
It's true.
I'm disappointed that we let Sign behind. I for sure thought we were just going to go with Sign and then circle back around. I mean, I guess there's the timetable for Fern getting the test or whatever it is to get her certified as a full-on mage or whatever. I can't remember the details of it specifically.
First class mage.
Right. Well, obviously, it's literally on a screen. I just mean what the details of it were. And I didn't know there was it seems like old people could still get the certification. So, I mean, we could put it aside for a bit. Unless the area that Sign is going is behind that wall of only first class mages and above can go past here, in which case we'll catch up to Sign eventually, I guess. I thought it was a for sure thing. Like, when they said, okay, we'll stay for the night and make a decision, they'd be like, what's the decision? Why would we split up?
Yeah.
We went out of our way to bring Sign with us. Why would we just let him go alone? It's also dangerous up here.
So I think the implication is that to go to Obrist, and I think to go where Sign was going, it's the opposite way and up.
No. I understand that. I mean, I did not think they were gonna break up with Sign. I thought they would go with Sign to his thing and then go to Obrist. Not that they were in different directions, which obviously they were, but that they wouldn't split up as a party.
I felt the split coming. However, I don't think it's permanent.
Well, I know. I said that too. That we would go to Obrist, get her certification, and head up towards where Sign's at, because the whole idea that maybe Sign's location is behind that you have to be a first class mage and above to leave through here.
So I think it's good. I think it's going to be more of a case where Sign needs a hand to do something to help or save Guerrilla Warrior, and he goes back and he finds them.
I think that would be such a change of pace as to be jarring. That I feel like this show is all about moving forwards, and to hit a dead end and have to come back would be against the whole moving forwards thing. I would prefer to see it as maybe even if Sign does find Guerrilla Warrior and they have a problem, that they struggle forwards through it, and it's Frieren's and party's forward momentum that leads them forwards towards that. I don't want to see him coming back in defeat or in need.
One of the best ways to move forward in a situation can be to acknowledge you need to take a step back.
Well, there's a difference between there's a difference between saying that I don't want to see Sign retreat. Sign retreating is still moving forwards in another direction. I'm saying I don't want to see Sign fall back and ask for help. That's different. That's different from retreating. That's literally saying there's no more forward progression that I can make. No, that is saying there's no more forward progression I can make by myself, and then stepping backwards to find somebody else. I want to see him make forward progression, even if he needs to ask for help. Two different things being said here.
I see what you're saying. Yep. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, like you said, I think the whole motif of the show is about moving on. So I think it goes against that. But then again, like I said, the opening is filled with so much shit. Like, I can't figure out what it's implying to us is going to happen this half of the show.
There's also in the new opening, there's like a group of like 4 or 5 people where we only see them in shadow.
Yeah. Yeah, and typically that would denote antagonists. At the same time, though, I don't want that either.
So I think that's going to be like antagonists. I don't think it's going to be modern day.
I don't know, because we've already seen remnants of past antagonists in the modern day. The dude that invented killing magic, remember? He was just a fucking statue for 80 years, and then we defeated him in the modern day. Well, anyway, any final wrap-up thoughts about this episode?
No, that's it.
All right, then. Well, let's go ahead and head on into our magic secrets, or magic of question marks, whatever we call it, for this record.
想像のフリーレン〇〇の魔法
しつこい油汚れを落とす魔法
Literally the spell they talked about in the episode we just
フリ
watched.
ーレン様今日もピカピカですさすが伝説級の魔法ですね
こないだの宿屋のおかみさんも感動してたもんな。
なあそれ金になるんじゃないか。
ダメこの魔導書だけは譲れないよ
じゃなくってさ
He seems very proud of
いらっ
it.
しゃい見てらっしゃいこのしつこそうな油汚れこれはいくらこすっても落ちないなと思ってるあなたそんな時こそこの人大魔法使いフリーレン
This is a lost chance for
ことなんだね
another product tie-in.
どうですか皆さん
Absolutely is.
一瞬でこの通り今日は特別に
Try our Brillo pads.
サービス2つ目からどうか2枚でピカピカにします
Try our scrubber that looks like a smiley face or a chicken.
お鍋一つしか持ってきてませんね
単なるボランティアになったな
これいつ終わるんだ。
フェルンお願い手伝って
I mean, it makes sense. They've been, wow, even a new side thing to this. I think maybe we're watching these right exactly in order. There's the old man I was talking about that I saw. With the monocle on the very right near the bottom.
Hold on one second.
Well,
Okay.
yours
So
auto
I think we're
close.
talking about the same. Yeah, I think we're talking about the same old man. And that correct is not the one that I saw.
Okay. I guess we're looking at different groups of people. Although it looks like it's Fern up there with the other 2 guys. Although that guy with the glasses almost looks like Stark. And then...
Yeah.
Ah, God, it's hurting my neck trying to... I'm doing this little tilt motion. It's like, oh, that's painful. Well, because you get the other 3 that are sideways next to what appears to be Fern and Nerdy Stark. I guess it's Ned Stark then, when you think about that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, those are like different groups, and I can't tell the other 2 on the upper right corner. Well, obviously we've got no hints about any of these people. I don't know. Old guy with the monocle looks very familiar, but I might just be thinking about him from different anime.
I think we're gonna probably see old guy with a nerdy Stark next episode.
I wouldn't anticipate that. I would think probably the 2 that are in the upper middle. Remember, you've got the Eyes of a Killer.
I think we might even see them as well.
Well, remember Eyes of a Killer.
Because it's
guy in the very...
Yeah, so Eyes of a Killer.
Well, I mean, the guy at the very top.
But also we're going to the magic
Well, you know, I anticipate these guys to be magicians.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just saying, who amongst these people has the eyes of a killer?
You're not wrong.
Because the dude with the hair swoop and his hair, like, oiled back tends to be, like, the badass guy in animes where people are drawn that way. Also, cold eyes, I would say. He's got the coldest eyes of everybody.
He does.
And also, weirdly, how
Yeah, 'cause,
Stark
like,
is in the very background.
That's still just getting to my idea that Stark is on the path to becoming a hero.
Why would he be in the background if he was the hero? Heroes take the
Because
foreground.
that's a longer journey, and that's an overtime thing.
I don't know. If I was to look at this picture with no knowledge of the show, and someone says, "Who do you think is the hero?" I would think Frieren is the hero.
Yes. We already know that she's the mentor in this group.
Well, I mean, even in the picture, she's depicted as being the hero. What do you think is happening in this picture?
She's doing a magic.
She's shattering the glass. There's glass shattering all around her hands where the magic star thing is at, and it's indicated that these are like reflections of what's in the glass. They're not like windows or something. The glass is shattering, and we're getting a giant reflection of everybody that's around. So Frieren is shattering the glass, which is a hero motif.
Mm-hmm. She's the one that we're getting the perspective.
Right. I just mean in the style of picture taking or whatever, which, by the way, mages can apparently do. We learned that last episode. But, why doesn't she have a picture of Himmel? If mages can do it. But, in that...
I don't know.
In that style of artistic, storytelling, if I were to try and guess who the hero is based on this picture, the actions of Frieren are the actions of the protagonist, and the protagonist tends to be the hero. You're saying,
agreed.
You're saying is that Stark is being groomed to be the hero, right?
Correct.
Right. Well, who's grooming him to be the hero?
Frieren.
And Frieren learned to be the hero by who?
By a priest.
I'm sorry, you broke up when the last word.
A previous hero, Himmel.
Himmel, right. So if Himmel was the hero that was, and Stark is the hero that will be, who would be the present hero then?
The guy with the slick black hair.
No, you see, the person teaching Stark to be the hero thus has to be the hero in the present. See, this is good old Socratic method.
Yep.
I'm just asking questions. I mean, it's also I think, this is also the formation
We completely agree.
This is also the formation, I think, of how Babylon 5 works. Is that you have a past hero, a present hero, and a hero to come.
Cool. Did not know that.
Well, yeah, it's probably a massive spoiler, but whatever. Babylon 5 is a live-action show. Not something we're going to watch here. And I don't think you were even around all those times Gary did his Babylon 5 minute.
Nope.
Alright, well, do you have any other thoughts about this episode? Alright. Well, I think that's where we're going to wrap up here then. Once again, I've been Theta, this has been Justin, we've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?